Hi, this is an introduction to the new version of Moodle they're going to be rolling out this summer, and we've already installed it in or on the web server and the EdTech Teach server. This is the web server. It has a little bit different of a look, and the reason I'm kind of going over this today is because as I did the upgrade and went through stuff, I realized that there were a lot of teachers that didn't have access to their own pages. And the new staff members, most of them didn't even have pages. So we no longer have a web class that maintains these to help teachers out. So teachers have to maintain their own page if they want it to look good and if they want to keep the content of it relevant. So if you haven't looked at our website before, you can click on any of these drop down links and go to things like if people are looking for our email addresses, there'd be all of our email addresses and extensions, and you can make sure you're on there correctly, hopefully. And then in each one of the schools is a drop down that says teaching staff that then lists all the teaching staff for that particular school. And I'm going to take a look at one of them that I just made. It's new. It hasn't been edited at all, to kind of go over how the new Moodle works and how to edit on the new Moodle. So I'm going to go to Miss Nissenbaum's class. When I click on it, it's set up by default to have 5 topics showing. There's nothing in there. And it has the default events and menus showing up there no matter what on there. So the first thing you're going to do is log in. So when you log in, it's just your school username and password, and every teacher should have access to edit their own page. Now, what you want to put on your personal page is up to you. You may want to put a little bit of your teaching background. I wouldn't say I've been teaching 5 years. I would say I've been teaching since 2011, so that you don't have to edit that every year and it doesn't look like, oh, she's only been teaching here 5 years. So I would put maybe dates less static, so that came to Trail in 2003, you've been teaching whatever class since 2003, so you don't have to come in here and edit it every year, and so that when people come next year they don't think that you haven't been here to edit. So how do we edit on this? We just do like we did on the old one, and we turn editing on. Now I'm going to get rid of this news forum because most people don't use news forums in their page, so I just click edit and say delete, and it says yes, and okay, I'm going to delete that. I also might want to get rid of these extra topics because on my personal page I might only want to show one block. So to do that, I just go over to my edit settings and I go down here to the course format, and you can see this looks a little different, and I'm going to change that to a 1. I could even change it now, which I couldn't do it before, to 0, and if I did that, then everything that I have on here is just going to be in this top section here, and it looks like the news forum wants to stay, so I'm just going to hide it, and that way nobody sees it anyway. So now, since it's a teaching page, I might want to just put everything up top here. I might want to get rid of some of these things, like I'm not going to search the forum, so I'm going to go and delete the search forums block on the top. I may or may not want to leave the upcoming news over here, so on that one, if I'm not going to come here, I might delete the latest news block, and I might also delete the upcoming events block if I'm not going to use this calendar here for something else. So now I've just got that, and when I turn editing off, those other things are going to come back that we're on this page. So let me go ahead and log out to show you her page now. So I've still got the main menu stuff down here on the right hand side if I want that to show up, and the rest of it over here is going to be Miss Nissenbaum's page. So I'm going to go ahead and log back in to go over that again. So now I'm going to turn editing on, and now we're in Moodle. We used to have a separate drop down for add an activity, add a resource. It's just one button, and all the things are on one page. So most of the time on a sheet like this, we're just going to add resources. So I might want to add a link to maybe a background thing on myself, and that would be what's called a page now. Or I might just want to add a label and have it right on this page, so I'm going to add a label instead. So I'm going to do it like this. And then basically it looks very similar to what Moodle looked like before, except for there were more things here on the front one. And if I want to see those more things, I click right here to show more buttons. That's one of the differences in the new Moodle versus the old Moodle. And then in here I can drag and drop any text I want to. That you might want to put your teaching background, or your teaching resume, or just your teaching philosophy, whatever you want to put in there, and maybe a picture of yourself as well. Most of the sites have a picture, and the idea of these pages really is so that a new student coming in that gets assigned to your class that hasn't had you before, or a parent wants to look up some information on you and see who you're teaching or show their child, that's what that's really for. So you don't have to have a ton of things on there, but we wanted to have a page for every staff member, so you might want to go in there and edit that stuff. I'm not going to do anything more on Miss Nissenbaum's page because I don't know enough about her background to put that in there. So that's the basics of editing that, and that's totally your page to do. The other thing we have to look at is we have a number of activities, and I will tell you I don't know who to put in charge of each of these, and if some of them are still around, or if we have new clubs or activities that we need to add to the activities page, and you just need to email me that and I will make you the editor in that activities page. And then once you're the teacher in that page, you can also assign students that are club members of that page as teachers as well, and let them edit that page. You could put a student in the club in charge of the website for that particular club. That's really it. Just wanted to kind of go over the basics of it. Remember, this is your page, so you can do whatever you want to with it. I will tell you that it's also a great place to play with the new look and feel of the new Moodle that we're going to be going to next fall. It is a little cleaner, it's a little prettier, and we'll be adding more add-in activities to match up with those things that we already have in our existing Moodle as I do the upgrade, but we didn't need those in this core one for the website. So that's it as an introduction to the new website. Thanks.